stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Tashi is in the building. Also known as Tashina Washington, of course.
Tashiana.
Tashiana, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's
I
okay.
I butchered that. Let me do it one more time. That's why I asked first. See what happens when I don't ask and I just think I know?
So you extended it. You could have just left that as is.
Huh?
You said, all right, keep going.
How do I say it one more time?
Tashiana.
Tashiana, yeah. I said, I'm sorry. I'll do it one more time. That's why I asked before. And then when I think I know it, I never know it. All right, one more time. Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest Tashi. Also, Tashiana Washington in the building, if you know her from her acting. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. How are you today?
Good. I'm feeling good.
You've been focusing on music lately.
Yes.
Now, since also you're an actor, right? I'm going to loosely talk about this because I don't obviously want to get anybody in trouble, but the music stuff has become more of a focus now because of all the strikes and whatnot, right?
Right, absolutely.
So mostly your shift, had you been focusing on that while everything else has been going on too?
Yeah, because residuals ain't going to pay the bills forever. So I'm like, ooh, got another talent. Let me start using it. And let me start, because I've been having these records for a while, but it's always kind of taken a backseat to the acting because that's where most of my success came from.
Right.
That's what people know me for. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take this as a sign to like put the music out.
And to give it like a real go.
Right.
How long has you said like some of these records have been you've had them for a while. How long have you had them for?
The longest one out of like this new batch that I plan on putting out, maybe a year and a half.
Okay, so they're fairly new.
Yeah, they ain't too dusty.
But like, over the course of like obviously your acting career, was music always kind of like playing a role? Like how far back does the music go, and like where does it kind of line up with like the beginning of your acting career too?
Well, film and television just so happened to take off, but I've always sang, from doing like plays when I was a kid.
Yep.
I started recording when I was around 12 years old. I had different production deals. I was signed to Universal. I was signed to Epic. It just never like really worked out and really, really stuck. So this time, in this day and age, like you have social media, you have so many things that kind of give you the tools where you can kind of propel yourself in a sense. It's easier to market your music yourself rather than before when it was kind of like pre-YouTube days or just YouTube and then trying to catch it that way. Yeah. So, just like I said, the acting was in the forefront, but now I'm taking this time during the strike to like just put my music out and like reintroduce myself as an artist because I, put some stuff out before, but people know me as being an actor, but I want them to know like, no, but I sing.
But you sing too.
But I
That's
sing
Tashi.
too, right.
With wait, you being, because I had seen like a video that you had posted about like you had left the industry at one point. You mentioned talking about being signed previously. Like, despite what you went through back then, like what kind of made you want to like, obviously the strike and whatnot, but like what kind of made you be like, all right, like I'm gonna do this again. Like I'm gonna try to give this another go.
It was just kind of like an itch that had to be scratched. When you have that talent, sometimes in the middle of the night, you can't even go to sleep because you're like, damn, why do I hear this verse in my head? Let me write this down. So it's like I couldn't ignore it if I wanted to. I couldn't abandon it if I wanted to. It's like that one ex that just like
Keeps popping up.
you just keep circling the block on them, So
Right.
that's really, like I said, I couldn't give it up if I wanted to because I just love it so much. And it's like, I thought maybe I should write for other people. Maybe I should this. But I was like, nobody could deliver my work the way I would deliver it. So that's why I'm back with it.
In the past, had you written for other people? Had you done those other parts of like the industry?
No, I mean, I did a few writing camps, but nothing was placed, so I wouldn't really say so. I tried it, but it just...
It never landed, right?
Yeah, no.
With how long ago were you signed? How long ago was that?
So my first deal was in 2011, and then my second deal was in 2016.
Okay, so they were like a little spaced out too.
Yeah.
So when you like, what do you feel like after leaving that, and after even like leaving the industry for a little bit? Like, what were like some of the things that you kind of took away from those experiences that whether it be like, oh, I learned this lesson and now I'm applying it now to the career now that you're trying to pursue, and or what do you wish you maybe would have done different?
Well, the music business really is the lion's den, and for a long time I was upset about it, but then I said in my head like, it's always business, never personal. So instead of being, melancholy about my experience, I was like, what are the great things that have come from this? I've met so many wonderful people in the industry. I've learned so many things. And I was like, let me just focus on that. So I've literally just taken everything that I've learned from every production deal, every record deal, every meeting that I've had, good or bad people that I've met, and I'm just applying it to me now.
Right. Yeah, I feel like when artists get out of these deals, like, you know, you could either take it in, you could either be upset, take it in stride, or you could like learn from it too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you kind of really just kind of took like what happened during that time and was like, all right, this is how I'm gonna apply to it now, and like it, like the lines down, like you said.
Absolutely. It's rough. Like, I don't think people understand how rough it is, but only the strongest survive. And I feel like I'm one of the strongest because I just keep coming back. Like, I won't take no for an answer, you know, no matter how many doors close. All you need is one yes. And
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on forward and focused on the yes.
Right. Now, like going like back with your acting career, what was like the first acting gig you ever got?
Actually, the first time I was ever on TV was in Puffy's Will Always Love Big Papa video.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So from there, I was in Vibe magazine. Then I was signed to Ford Models as a kid, CESD, and I was doing like the bus ads, the Billboard,
Oh, so you've been doing it.
Yeah, I always said to myself, like, not to be bitter, but I was like, all the work that I've done throughout my life, if I could all fit that into 1 year, I'd be like one of the biggest artists ever,
Right?
Biggest entertainers ever. But it's spaced out. But started doing that, then it got into commercial work. Then, like I said, started working with the different production companies, the record deals. But the first film that I got that was my first leading role, it was for a film called Gimme the Loot.
Right.
It won Best Feature at South by Southwest. It went to Cannes Film Festival. More like further down the line, I did Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
A film called Gimme Shelter with James Earl Jones.
The new Shaft.
And Vanessa Hudgens. Yes, the new one.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Mr. Richard Roundtree,
Right.
who
Rest
just
in
passed
peace.
away.
Yep.
And then the latest thing that I did that I was a lead on was Critters Attack.
Okay.
A part of that franchise, which had, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio formerly and Angela Bassett. So yeah, I've been doing it to the best of my ability, you know. So now with the strike happening, I'm like, damn, like, oh no, you know, it's like you freak out for a second, but it's like, all right. Luckily, I do have something else to do in the meantime because a lot of my friends that just focus on film and television,
they're just chilling.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like the pandemic where it's like the first couple weeks you're like, this is cool, I'm chilling, and I'm doing this for a good cause.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're just kind of like, fuck.
It's definitely the pandemic for actors right now. It's like, damn, we had COVID, and it's now COVID part 2 for us, so.
Right. But I heard that, like, I don't know by the time people see this, but I heard that there was making some headway. I don't know. I heard something about that, but we hope.
Yeah. Let's
wrap this up. Come on. We got shit to do. Let's wrap this shit up. But with the music, like now, like when the strike, how many months are we in the strike? It was back when we were in LA too, right? So like that was like June. When it started? Like May?
Yeah,
May-ish?
earlier this year.
May-ish. So like when the strike first started happening, you're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go back to focusing on the music, right? Like what was like kind of like the process of you kind of getting back in that bag? Like did you go back to vocal lessons to get like everything warmed up again? Like what was kind of like
I just started writing again.
Okay.
I work with Lanisha and Keys on my music. They go by We the Millennials.
Okay.
And they just gave me beats, and one day I was mad and I wrote a song about being mad, and from there we just went in the studio and, you know, just started cutting, recording, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and we were able to cut like 10 songs in a short amount of time, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to put it out, but the pros and cons of, you know, having a label or having a production deal is you have that support. I mean, not always, but for the most part, you have somebody else paying to push your stuff out or, you know, get you certain performances, do certain things. Now, this is the first time I'm totally independent. And before I would kind of like, can I curse?
Yeah.
Before I would kind of like talk shit and be like, oh, this manager doesn't know what they're doing, or oh, this production deal is holding up stuff, and why won't they release the music? Now I have full and total control, and it's like, damn, I can't put this out yet. And part of the reason is I don't want to just put stuff out and nobody hears it.
Yeah.
So when I got this opportunity, I was like, oh, thank you, God, because I'm like, I have music, and okay, I'll put it out. I'll put it on iTunes or whatever, through DistroKid, whatever. But it's like, who really hears it? And who is really saying, you know, deciphering the difference between Tashi, the artist, and Tashiana Washington, the actor,
right.
You know, or like really taking me seriously as an artist.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think like the thing is like also I like how you're like, oh, I have full control, but I don't want to put this out yet.
Right. Basically
'Cause
the
you
same thing they were saying. I was like, okay, I get it
Because you
now.
kind of like realize through like once you do go independent, I notice this with a lot of artists, they're like, oh wow, damn, maybe like not like, obviously, there's two sides to every story, but also you kind of start to see the other side's perspective in
Yes.
certain things, not everything, but you do see the other side's perspective a little more like, oh, I understand maybe why they wanted to hold this back because,
I mean, to keep it a buck, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive to manage an artist or to put yourself out there. To pay for videos, as a woman, to pay for hair and makeup, to pay for marketing after that, to try and get on certain blogs, to try to open up for certain artists. I didn't know that some artists pay to open up for like
Oh, you
bigger
just found that
acts.
out?
Well, I found that out a while ago, but when I did find it, I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
I thought
that's crazy, right?
I thought maybe you don't get paid, but like they'll let you do. And it's like, no, you have to pay them to open up. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, and like all that responsibility is on me now. So, but I could hold it.
Right, and then we just got Billboard Top 10 charting.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's my first time charting, so I'm excited.
Right, and it's such a crazy because like it's coming in this time of like uncertainty too with the actor strike, but it's like also so beautiful that's happening right now. When did you find out? Like, did they call you? Did you just?
They reached out to me like the night before it
Okay.
came out, and I was like, "Oh shit, get the fuck out of here! I did it!" I reached a certain level that I've never reached before, and I've reached a certain level that some artists may never reach because it's hard. It is hard. So I was like so grateful and so excited for that, and it was kind of like niggas counted me out, but like I'm coming back strong.
Are you like in a space too, like where it's like where you're releasing music now, right? Obviously, we have a couple singles out now, but like with the stuff that you're releasing, you mentioned that like it is expensive, right? So how are you kind of like preparing each release now to make sure that like like everything's like situated, like we know like the videos, the budget, like how's that kind of working out for you?
It's more so planning in advance, and also instead of reaching for the stars to work with let's say some directors or producers that have done bigger videos, like reaching out to my peers. A lot of actors that I know also shoot videos. So it's like reaching out to people that I know, people that are willing to work, people that believe in my talent, people that actually like my music. That's another thing. Like I send people my music in advance, and I'm like, let me know if you like it or not, because I don't want somebody working on a project that they're not passionate about. So that's just where I'm at with it. Just pre-planning, making sure I have all my ducks in a row before I execute it.
Right.
I wasn't doing that before.
Right. And you have more time now to even think about it.
Right.
Too. So what are we cooking up right now? What do we have coming out? What's on the way?
I'm releasing some singles at the top of the year. I plan on shooting about 3 videos in December. So I'm just getting ready for that. I'm super excited about it.
Fire.
That's it.
That's it? That's
Yeah.
it. So we got more singles coming at the top of this year. Some videos on the way. Do we have a project on the way?
I don't know if I want to do an EP yet.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I kind of want to like put each song out and kind of see what people react to, what they like from me, because also I'm like developing my sound as I go. Of course I want to stand out and do my own thing, but I'm also listening to what's on the radio right now, what's working, what people are reacting to on TikTok and everything like that, and what's charting on Billboard. So I'm still figuring it out as I go, but I don't know. I'm still excited, and I'm just like trying to tread lightly with it
and see what works. Now, also before we get up out of here, right? Obviously, you can't really say too much again because of everything going on right now.
Right.
But are there upcoming projects that you're in that are going to be releasing soon as well?
I just know that when we're back up and running, like the auditions and the meetings are going to come back with a vengeance. So I'm just prepared for that. Still taking acting lessons in between. Still keeping that tool sharp. And
I got it. That good, yeah. Good. No, you good.
Yeah, just still keeping that tool sharp. Still, not letting that part of me rust while I work on the music in between.
So there's nothing like that's like already recorded that's like can come out that's like TV or film.
No, not yet. Nothing queued up as of right now.
Okay, got it. But when we come back, we'll get you in some more stuff.
Yes.
Dope. So new singles at the top of the year. What are the names of the single? Can we talk about the name?
Yes, Water and Toxic Tashi.
Okay, Toxic.
I mean, it was a name given by somebody I dated, and I just kind of ran with it.
Okay, word. And,
Yeah.
And you just ran with it? You're like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna...
I mean, I think he meant it as an insult, but I was like, I'm going to turn this salt into sugar and make a song about it. So,
That's fine. I fuck with that. So that'll be out in January.
Yes.
February. So make sure y'all go check that out.
Yes.
By the time people see this, performance and freestyle now, so go check that out. Thank you for the down, Julio. By the way.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you. Before you get up out of here, though, anything else you want to let the people know where they can follow you at, all that good stuff? Now's the time to do it. This camera on the right here.
Okay. So you can follow me on Instagram, Tashiana Washington, and I post everything on there, from my acting, my music, everything, and it's Yes Miss Tashi on Twitter.
There you go. Well, make sure you go check out everything she has out now. Go check out all the, all the TV, all the film stuff as well. Go check out all the music. Go stream it. Go follow her. Go show her some love. Go show her some support. Love is free. Support is free. But try to renew that. Till next time. Tashi on the radar. We out. Bow. Appreciate you. Love.